Hello and welcome back to another season of Grand Arena Championships. I'm Heathen13 and this is season 18, week 1, round 1. This is our final season of kind of the old template of Grand Arena Championships, at least we think so, before we change up divisions and reorganize how things are done. I believe I'm going to be falling all the way down to Division 4. Although I'm pretty close to Division 3 cutoff. I think the cutoff is 6 million GP, and I'm close to that, and I will be a lot closer once I throw on all of the relic materials I'm going to throw on to get JML, which should be about a week away. My opponent for this first round is named Chew, maybe Tex Chew, like Texas Chew. I honestly don't know. So we will call him my opponent from here on out. And let's look at the matchup. All right, while I have the majority of the green on my side, my opponent does have some red. Let's take a closer look and see what we can see. On the stats page, a few things jump out to me. My opponent is no joke. He has 643,000 lifetime banners, which is definitely good. His best score for a season is just under 56,000, which is very good. He's got over 15,000 wins and over 600 defends, almost as many defends as I do. So I'm expecting a pretty formidable defense. Along with the stats, the other thing that really jumps out to me is his low guild GP, only 137 million. So we'll see how that has affected his roster. Comparing our accounts, I have an advantage of about 400,000 GP total. I also have a slight advantage for top 80 and top 65. They're gonna have to rework Hotbot in order to include top 110 or whatever it's gonna be once the divisions change around. In terms of Zetas, I have an advantage of 11, and our speeds are actually very close. Mine is 97, his is 96, almost identical. But I have a pretty large advantage when it comes to Gear 13s. I have 44 versus his 27. And then he has a big advantage of Gear 12s over me. Comparing mods, we actually are pretty close. I have more 6-stop mods overall, but we're very close in 25 plus speed mods. We're very close on plus 20 speed mods. And then he also has an advantage on the mods with high offensive secondaries as well. Looking at relics, we're also close here. I have a slight advantage as well. He has a few more characters with higher tier relics than I do, whereas mine are more concentrated on the tier 3 and under, but very close either way. When we look at the meta and key characters report, I have an advantage here in that I have Jedi Knight Luke and he does not. Also, his Wat Tambor is only 4 stars, so we'll see if that limits him in any way. And finally, ships. Here's where that low guild GP really is hurting his roster. He doesn't have the Malevolence unlocked, and his Negotiator is only 6 stars. All right, let's take a look at his roster and see if anything else jumps out to me. Looking at his fleets, he is running the Negotiator. He also does have a 7-star Finalizer and a 4-star Radis. But one thing I noticed is my Nemesis, the Empire, he doesn't have the TIE Bomber unlocked, so that kind of takes that fleet out of being a consideration. Looking at his characters, my opponent has a pretty diverse roster. He's got a lot of good squads. You can see his GAS, his Relic 4 there. He's got his Vader Relic up. He's got a good Sith Empire team, a few Geos that are Relic, a decent Padme squad, but it's his First Order that is all reliced up, almost ready to unlock Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but not unlocked yet. You can see his Red Trooper is still not up to relics. So of his 27 Gear 13 characters that he has, 9 of them are right here, which means a lot of his other squads don't have a lot of relics on them. And hopefully that's something I can take advantage of. All right, we've got about 4 hours left in the attack phase. And as much as I would like to wait for my opponent to go first, that's just not an option for me this time around. So we need to make our attacks now. Let me show you what the board looks like. My defense today, I put JTR on defense along with Bosk and Grievous. Grievous is usually on defense for me, but JTR and Bosk usually are on offense. So a little change from what I normally would do, trying to throw people a little bit of a curveball. Down here at the bottom, I put Padme along with my CLS Chupio squad. In the back, we still have Darth Revan along with a Newt Dooku team. And finally, for ships, I went ahead and put my negotiator on defense, figuring if he keeps his for offense, then he'll likely be able to counter it, but he might lose some banners there. And you never know. Mine is 7 stars and his is only 6 stars. But if he keeps his negotiator on defense, then I think he's really going to struggle to clear the ships at all. Let's look at his defense. He has left me a pretty good Mon Mothma team. This is the turn meter squad, so may give me some problems. He's also got his Geo team here with GBA and Spy relicked up, and a very well relicked and well modded Darth Revan squad. Down on the bottom here, he put his First Order team all relicked up and a Newt team with Nest. So as always, I am gonna go through the bottom first. We'll open up the back, we'll see what is there, and we'll do our best to try and clear this off as efficiently as possible. I'm gonna actually start with the Newt squad, and we will take Geos against that. And the first battle back in 5v5, I always feel like I have somehow forgotten how to play. So hopefully things go well this first round. I basically tried, after scouting my opponent, I looked at everything they have and made a plan, and then I intentionally kept another defensive team, another of my good teams on defense compared to what I normally would do. Let's see if we can take Nest out. Nice. And let's see if we can finish off Zalbar. Almost. Let's get rid of all of that shock and daze. See, it's been a week. Don't even remember what all the debuffs are anymore. But that went pretty smoothly. I like to start with the 60. Definitely a nice way to begin. This First Order team here, I'm going to take my Jedi Knight Revan, which normally I'd be a little worried about, but two things. One, he doesn't usually keep Grievous on defense, and two, he doesn't have OG Kylo here. He likes to keep Kylo for offense to try and get a solo in with. So I'm pretty confident that this should be fine. We shall see. We'll do our best. We'll go ahead and try and take Hux out of the equation as quickly as possible to stop all of his turn meter denying shenanigans. Spread all those buffs and get ability blocks going on. Unfortunately, I can't call Yoda, so we'll call Basti. Alright, now let's clear those buffs off and get rid of Hux. Alright, now we can start moving in. I actually am gonna try and stun Kylo. Nice. And let's go after Officer. I don't like all of his extra turn meter and turns that he gives. And now see if we can't get rid of Fox. Now we're stuck behind some taunts, so this will take a little bit. Oh, no, there we go. We got the mark. Get rid of Executioner. Yeah, without having OG Kylo on this team, it makes it a lot weaker. Not having all of that extra turn meter generation from his AoE, and also the AoE damage itself at Relic 7 can be pretty scary. So I understand wanting to keep him in order to make your offense a little better, but it really makes this squad a lot less formidable. And really, I don't anticipate... I mean, I kind of knew as soon as I saw him not being there, I knew this battle wouldn't be that difficult. It will take a while, though, just to get down Crew. At Relic 7, he is pretty tanky, and, you know, I don't have any healing immunity or anything on this squad, so we'll take a little bit, but it should go down without much problem. Now that I've said that, we're gonna time out on it properly. Watch. So we'll just keep passing it around. In the meantime, we'll do our best to try and make sure we have full health and full protection on everybody. I am missing a little protection on Basti, but with this assist, should be enough to get it back. And then we'll do our best to avoid all the debuffs on him, because he's just healing from that. Get rid of that extra bonus protection. And we'll do some basics here. Avoid the debuffs. There we go. Nice, another 60. All right, let's see what he's left me in the back. He likes to put Night Sisters and Karth, but we shall see. Oh, there is Grievous and Night Sisters. All right, threw me a little bit of a curveball. I do have my Night Sisters to try to take that out, and if it doesn't work, like I said, I did hold back one extra squad, and that extra squad was my Jedi Knight Luke, and so that might come into play here. Give me a second, let me make sure my plan is set, and then I will do my best to take all of these out. All right, I'm back, and the more I look at it, the tougher this defense is looking for me. I do have counters for everything, but there's definitely a chance of some failures here and not clearing. So we're gonna go up to the top here and make sure we can get through this Darth Revan, and then I think I might actually jump back to that Grievous squad to take that out next. Let's start with this Darth Revan squad. I saved my gas team for it. I considered saving my own Darth Revan to do a mirror match against it. And my Darth Revan is faster, but his Bastila Fallen is actually faster than mine. So I figured safer to go with the gas, although this is probably not very safe. Oftentimes in Arena, I do this and lose quite a few characters, so hopefully it doesn't go too poorly. We'll get rid of that. And I'm going to go after Bastila first. Call gas. And that should hopefully kill Bastila. Nice. But now we're feared. And good. Set is done. Now we're stuck behind Malik. And we're sitting down. Kind of got lucky there that the drain didn't make me sit down. And that way I was able to take the big hit from HK on Skywalker instead of it going to the clones. But there goes my sacrifice. Let's go ahead and shoot Revan. All right, nice. Let's see if we can throw this and get a stun, or just kill them all. That worked out great. 52 is not the greatest banners, but I will take that. All right, as long as we're here, let's go ahead and do Vader versus the bugs. And I don't know that I need all of this, so I think I'm actually gonna leave Sith Trooper out and save him for my Traya squad, which is the plan to go against Mon Mothma. So we'll just take these 4 in. We'll get the jump with my Vader and Merciless, and I will go after Spy right away. And I didn't even get Spy out. That is rough. Okay. So maybe I should have spent more time and waited for my second thing there. And I should have thrown on Poggle there as well. Wow, mistakes after mistakes. So we got Soldier out. That's not a big deal. We'll get rid of that with the Fracture, and then we'll hope for stuns. We got none. Oh, we got 1. Okay, so this is probably going to go pretty poorly. I mean, I should still win, but I'm expecting... Oh, no, it's fine. We got to our second Merciless already, so we'll wait this time on the second Force Crush before I do my throw, and then I think we're going to take out GBA here instead of Spy. So, played this a little poorly, but oh, actually even worse, I'd already hit GBA, so we will throw on Spy. It's just taking longer than usual, you know. Changes from 5v5, from 3v3 back to 5v5. It's, you know, we're all rusty, forget how it all goes sometimes. And fracture him up again, and it will just be a matter of time before we can get these guys down. Let's see if we can get a ability block on Poggle so he can't cleanse. But without Spy there for the big hit, all my guys should survive. And there's another Force Crush and another Merciless. And that is all she wrote on this one. Even though I played it really poorly, still ended up with a locked up game. Hello. Here we go. There we go. Wow, that was a little scary. I'm not even on BlueStacks or anything. That was on my phone, and it just was locking up on me. So, but I will take a 59 for sure. Let's jump back down to that Grievous squad, which is definitely the potentially most difficult one left. And I am going to still try my Night Sisters, even though I have that Jedi Knight Luke, because I don't know if I have the other secondary characters with that Jedi Knight Luke team to do anything. I've got basically Ezra and Hoda. And I think, even though this probably fails because his B1, B2 are all relicked up, and even if it does succeed, it's going to be super dicey. I think it's worth giving it a shot. Based on all of the character he's set on defense, I don't know that he's got a really good set of teams to take out my defense with either. Oh, come on. Give my Daka a break here. That is definitely not what we want. We need Zombie to start taunting here is what we need. There we go. Thank you, Zombie, for taunting. Let's bring him back again. We're stuck behind Magna's taunt for the moment. But we get assist from the grave now, which is nice. There we go. And give Daka a chance, please. Oh no. Alright, well there is the end of it because Daka got stunned. So all we got through was Magna Guard, which is rough. So again, I had a feeling that was going to fail, but I figured better to try it now and go in with these guys after the fact. I am a little still concerned that this could fail too, but I have a feeling Jedi Knight Luke should be alright. Of course, first thing that happened was getting healing immunity there, but that's alright. So we stun them all, and let's just go ahead and kill them on our own. There we go. And we will send him against Grievous. He'll mark somebody, but that's okay. I was hoping to get a big hit there. Didn't quite happen. There's a big hit. There goes Ezra. So this Grievous squad definitely is killing my score banner-wise. But fairly confident we'll at least get through it. We had to take one more big hit from Grievous here. There's our last of the big hits, and now we can stun him and take him down. And let's go for the heal. At least get the banners back on Varys. And that should do it. So only a 36. Pretty rough, but better than getting stuck completely. All right, let's go back up to the top and we'll open up the ships. See if he kept Negotiator on defense like he usually does, or if he kept it for offense this time. I am going to go after this with my Treya team, and we're going to add Red Trooper to that and Nest. So I hope this should be plenty, I think. Although this Mon Mothma team can be scary because it is the turn meter train, and when they start getting it going, they just kind of go and go and go. But as soon as we can get Isolate on bays, things should become a lot easier. And let's go ahead and, oh, missed on that. That was a bummer. Was hoping to get the confused on every, not confused, daze on everybody so they would stop assisting. And thankfully there are 1,000 paper cuts here, and so Scion is eventually going to get his Hell by Hatred. Or not. Wow, ouch. Alright, well, that was a bummer, but thank you, Red, for taking care of them. And we should be able to get Shrewd and Baze up out of here quickly enough. So, again, not great banners. And Mon Mothma might get somebody back up? No. Alright, so between Treya and a big hit from Red, we were able to get it down, but 53 is not great. All right, let's take a look at their ships and see what he's got in store for me. And he did put his Negotiator there, kind of expecting that. I kept my Malevolence for that, and then his Thrawn with some Geos. I think my Falcon squad should be able to take that out. And honestly, seeing his Negotiator on defense actually makes me really happy. You know, there's always a chance that I could fail on it here with my Separatists, but it also makes me really doubt that he's going to be able to get through my squads at all. And if he can't get through my fleets, then it doesn't matter that I drop that battle on his Grievous. So overall, it makes me feel like if I put up a decent number here and get through all of this, that he may not even attack, or he might attack until he fails. We'll see. His history seems to show that he usually does put up a good effort and attacks regardless. But you never know. Again, there are about 4 hours left in the attack phase, so he's got plenty of time. Alright, what is he bringing in here? Nice, another tank. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that tank. Start working on that. And then let's take Anakin out. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Spy now, because it will force a taunt on 5s. I'll be able to take him out right away, and I will be left with just tanks on the board, which makes it a lot less likely that I'm going to lose many ships here unless he, or until he gets a reinforcement out, or when he gets his ultimate. Let's go ahead and go with the stun and hopefully get some buzz droids out on him soon. There we go. What's he bringing out now? Alright, we're actually going to not switch off because he's got the buzz droids on there now, and I should be able to get another stun on him like that so we can continue working on him. So we'll go ahead and go with the AoE though. And another big hit here, and I should be able to take the Houndstooth out. Nice. And a big hit there on Ahsoka. Fantastic. Anything over 60 with Malevolence against Negotiator, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now we are taking home one. And I think I can afford just going a little undersized for that. Oh, I should have been looking at feats. You know, they have the feat for undersizing, and if you just pick it up right away, then it starts the next one, I think. All right, already got the protection thing on Sunfact, so he's going bye-bye. I like to take Sunfact out first with this group, but I did not expect to lose the Y-Wing right away. That's a bummer. That's okay. We will bring in the Phantom and go after Spy. They're kind of a pain because they go under stealth, but when it's just the two of them, then if everybody's in stealth, nobody's in stealth. Clone Sergeant. Interesting. I guess that's just to get a tank. I'm saving my wiggle in case I need it for to cleanse something off. We'll go ahead and get the assist there. So this is not going to be amazing banners either because I lost my Y-Wing, but a 64 is definitely good enough. All right, all we're left with are his Night Sisters, and what I have left to take it out is my crew with Watt. A little tiny worried because he's got Acolyte here, which means I'm stuck with AoE issues potentially. But I'm hoping that having Watt in there and going after Acolyte right away will allow me to get her down before she even goes into stealth. I have to change my my speed so that crew goes before Hux, because then crew can then stun once, and then Hux can immediately give him another turn to stun again. And as it is right now, Hux is going first. It doesn't make sense to give crew that extra turn because his cooldown doesn't need to be reset at that point yet. All right, so there we go. So that solves the problem of worrying about her going into stealth. So now I can just focus on taking these guys down, these ladies down with Fox. Do my best not to kill him with anybody else because we want that weapon tech to make them so they won't come back. Let's go ahead and pile on Asajj. Daka doesn't matter anymore since she can't revive anybody. And everybody's looking okay. We got Watt and Hux over there missing some health. So we're gonna go ahead and pound on Zombie a little bit in order to give us a stall long enough to get that health back, hopefully. And we'll just keep Daka under wraps until we are ready. Let's give that to Hux. Alright, so we have Hux all the way back. We just need Watt to heal himself. There we go. Finally got some heal over times on him. Alright, I think we are all full. I hope that's not a little sliver of protection missing from Watt. I don't think it is. But let's go ahead and take out DACA and end this. And there we go. All right, stalled hard enough to get the 60. So in the end, we dropped some battles, dropped a battle on that Grievous squad, only a 2091. Definitely a beatable score, but I'm pretty confident my opponent's not gonna beat it. Based on what he said on defense, he doesn't have a ton of great squads for offense. Even if he does get through all of my ground units, I don't know how he's gonna beat my negotiator in fleets. I'll be back in 4 hours to let you know how it turns out. All right, we're back and we did secure the win. Let me show you what my opponent was able to do against my defense. He was actually very efficient in all of the ground battles that he cleared. Down here in the bottom, he took out Padme and CLS for good banners. Up top, he didn't struggle with any of these, took them all out for good banners as well. And then in back here, he also got rid of the new Dooku squad for good banners. But hiding the Darth Revan in the back definitely left him without a counter. He knew he couldn't clear it, and so he didn't even try. For ships, he was able to clear my Thrawn Empire squad without any problems, but as expected, he didn't have anything that could clear the negotiator, so that sealed his fate, and then not even trying on the Darth Revan. So starting off this new season with a win, 2091 to 1615 is our final. I want to thank my opponent for the battle. He set a surprisingly good defense that really kept me on my toes, so appreciate that. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you again next round.